With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary K.
Hey everyone, this is Gary K, and welcome back to another edition of my Rants and Raves video cast. I'm here today to talk to you about, promote, and beg you to attend a special webinar that I'm doing. The Future of Workspace is All About Experiences is going to be a webinar on September 27th. And I partnered with Avacor, along with, we're doing this for part of the webinar series I do with Exertis Almo that I've been doing for 10 years. But I partnered with Avacor on this because, you know, they, in case you don't know, they build the products that go into all those rooms that people are meeting in when they go back to the office. Dana, Corey, how are you doing?
Good, Gary. How are you doing?
Good. You're the global sales director at Avacor, so you kind of have a pulse on what's going on. We were talking before we started, and you had a really good point that we should see an uptick starting after Labor Day. That seems to be like a marker for, hey, you got to get back to the office.
Yeah. And as you probably know well and have talked about, it's either a mandate or a magnet. Which way are they choosing as a corporation? So do I mandate people to come back, or do I make it a magnet to come back? And we think we're part of the magnet part of it. I guess too, when you go back to rooms, having a better experience. That's the hope. Yeah,
that's the hope, right? But you do have companies like Apple and Google and Microsoft and that are saying you will come back to the office at least 2 or 3 days a week. Even Zoom. Let's talk about the 800-pound gorilla. Zoom, even in the ultimate irony, said that everyone has to come back to the office at least 2 days a week. That's good, actually. It means that, of course, we all would love the concept of working from home, but it means that the data, because companies like Zoom and Microsoft and Apple, they have good data. That means the data is showing them that we need to be in person. And my session is interestingly about that, but it's more about how to make those rooms more, even that, how to make the office spaces better and more enticing so that people want to come back to the office rather than feeling like they have to come back to the office. Dana, I'm kind of curious y'all basically got a chance to sit around for a year during the pandemic to figure out sort of what your next step would be. You must have looked at, adding some unique features that go beyond just like connectivity and simplicity to kind of make it more fun for people to go back to the office. Can you talk about that for a moment?
Yeah, we did go back to keeping it simple though at the same time, right? So there were things that we weren't doing that we wanted to do better, which was this easy connect for wireless share, for example.
Yeah.
Walk into a room and I just simply want to share my laptop, right?
Without cranking up a call, you mean, like to make it a presentation room. Yeah.
Or I want to go in and just do a simple whiteboard. Maybe I just want to, scribble some stuff up there, have a session and get out there. So things like that, we definitely focus on and have been doing. And then just the overall price performance has been another area, getting the right price points for the value of the spaces that are looking for.
Yeah.
Meaning get the right size, get the right price point, and then the right feature set. That's always a challenge for all of us in the industry. But those are things we focus on as well. And then at the same time, with players like Google and others, where we build products together on purpose, and then also cooperation. We're all about partnerships, as you know, with other manufacturers and those partnerships, and basically believing that the best way to make a solution right now is it takes a village. Yep. So let's make a village.
Well, we've taken a look at some of your products there while you were talking, but obviously we're going to do more of that during the webinar on September 27th. You'll actually have a chance to ask Dana questions about what would you use in this particular situation, why you're doing this or that. Some of the trends, 21x9 is a trend, 32x9 is a trend. Will those trends stick? I'm curious your opinion on that. I'm going to ask you that during the webinar on September 27th, Wednesday, September 27th, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm also going to ask you, Dana, about how you solve audio problems and how you've partnered with other brands to do some of that, because that's a big factor. It's a lot of these spaces aren't walk up and use, and you can't just solve it with just a collaboration board. You got to do a little bit more. So you've opened up your partnerships and you partner with some big brands there. So I'm going to ask you about that. But my session's going to be educational, right? It's going to be about, hey, here's how to, and specifically it's going to talk about how to bring millennials and Gen Z back to the office older people are not hard to get back to the office. Let's be honest, Dana, you and I are ready to go back to the office. You're in the office now. I'm in the office now. The younger than us generation are the ones that are the hard ones to go back, because they liked traveling during the pandemic, including my own kids. And they also like working in Starbucks and random other places. Whereas I like my ownership of my space, right? Don't you think it's kind of geared more to younger people, trying to convince them that it's okay to work together?
It is, but remind us that in my career, at least, the things that I've learned through osmosis by being around other people.
Yeah,
By
exactly.
learning connections, by learning experiences, learning how to behave, learning how to handle conflict, to challenges, to team build. I mean, those you can't teach by yourself. I mean, to my opinion. So yeah, I think there's a value. It's all about balance, though. And that's the big thing out there right now. It's just, what's the balance?
Yeah, I don't know that we're going to help you with how to behave, but I thought that was an interesting thing that you threw in there. But in any case, I will say that Dana is one of the most disciplined people I know, because anytime I go to a gym when we're at a trade show or an event, he's always there. So he's very committed to staying in shape and staying on a routine. And that's critical. So on September 27th, Wednesday, it's free at 2 p.m. Just go down below, click on that link, and you'll be registered for the webinar. Even if you don't think you can attend, register, because we're going to actually within 24 hours afterwards. By the way, you get CTS credit for this, but within 24 hours afterwards, we're going to wrap the whole thing up and put it online so you can access it. But you can only access it if you register for it. So go do it now. Dana, Corey, thank you very much. And don't forget to check out Avocor at avocor.com. If for some reason you can't see the link below, go to exertusalmo.com, click on education, and click on webinars. And in the meantime, go to avocor.com and check out what they have so that you're ready when people are asking you what to put in their meeting rooms. Thanks for joining me. I'll see y'all later.
With